Welcome to Trump Tuesday on Cool Discussions. Well,
it's a brand new segment or day because of Trump. He seems to make the news a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So we've dedicated a whole day to him. We're going to talk about...
let's see here. First off, he met with the Japanese Prime Minister.
And people were talking about his handshake for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
But his handshake's a big deal. Apparently he does some weird handshake thing.
Okay.
I guess it's anything to hate him, I guess.
Yeah, those tiny hands just can't shake hands properly.
Apparently. I don't know.
And at this point in time, he will have actually met with our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Oh, man. The news agencies fell in love with Trudeau and Barack Obama.
He has
romance and everything, and you know, all glitter and glam, the whole thing. You know, what a beautiful relationship those two had. And now Trudeau has to deal with a real man in Trump. So this is going to be so much fun.
Yes. So last week, Trump Tuesday, we talked about his immigration ban because he banned people from 7 specific countries of mainly Muslim descent or religious beliefs. And recently the federal court system said, that's unconstitutional. You can't do that. Sorry. So, you know, President Trump and his Twitter, all caps lock, said, "See you in court." Because obviously he's going to appeal it. So, you know, he wrote that executive order, and they went, don't think so. So there's the United States wonderful political system at work.
I think, you know, by the time all this is settled in the courts and everything, the 90 days would have passed if they had just let it go. Because courts take a long time. There's lots of back and forth, counter sues, blah, blah, blah.
Appeal,
blah.
counter appeal,
yeah, exactly.
appeal the appeal.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time it's all said and done, they probably could have just let it go. The 90 days will have passed, and it's all over and done with. But instead, right now, because they stopped the ban, all these people that Trump was trying to avoid having come in are going to
in,
or can rush in, because it's like, oh look, there's an opening, and the Americans are definitely right now going to turn a blind eye to everything because they don't want to come across as being racist. So they're just going, oh yeah, come on in, yeah, come on in. Oh, you don't have a passport? Yeah, come on in.
Well, they said that they feel that the vetting that they have now is suffice. That's their whole, I think, stance on it, is that the process that they have in place is appropriate. I guess it could go either way. You know, if something bad happens in the U.S., then Trump's going to be like, "Told you so," and it's guaranteed it's going to be put on the news of Muslim man attacks if something happens.
No, but that's the thing.
Or Muslim person.
The media very seldom does not want to mention a person's ethnicity or religion whenever there's attack.
Well, there was an incident.
Even like the Orlando shooting at the gay nightclub, even though the guy went on to 911 and pledged allegiance to ISIS, they edited that part out.
Well,
and just said it was some guy who attacked a nightclub. And for a while there, they were going, oh, it was a guy who was confused about his sexuality and stuff because he had been to the nightclub numerous times before, and he was just having mental issues and stuff like that. It's like, no. This guy went on to 911 and said, Allah Akbar, I pledge allegiance to ISIS. But
well,
the media...
The Canadian media doesn't have a problem outing... Because there was sexual assault at West Edmonton Mall, and that's the headline: Muslim refugee sexually assaults somebody.
Well, because it was a Muslim refugee.
It's facts, I get it, but I think the more it should be man sexually assaults somebody, and then in the story, so you read more, not Muslim, because that's all people read.
Okay, yes.
When you put a headline of this Muslim, that's what people see, and then they go, oh, these Muslims or anything. When you make the headline about religion, race, sexuality. That's all people see. You know what I mean? And I think
because a lot of people don't bother to read the article.
Exactly.
They just read the.
So if you just say sexual assault at or attack at this, then it's like people can just either choose to read it or not. Then you put them more. But again, it's headline grabbing. It's
clickbaiting.
Exactly.
And
that's
how people get people to read articles. It's like, no, you know what? If you just did your job well,
so I
would read it because you do your job well.
And I think that's part of the problem with the media is that they're a little bit deceiving in ways.
Yeah,
media is very deceiving because of the world of clicking and likes and views and stuff like that. Instead of facts and actual news, it's just about likes. And because most people on it, let's be honest, how many people actually read the whole article when it comes to an article? Not probably 75% of people. They click on it and they probably read the first paragraph. You know what I mean? Or they read if you're like me, I read a headline and I go, okay, and then I'll sometimes, if you're lucky, I'll read the first paragraph because then it's just you got a whole page and it's like.
Well, for the most part, I'll read it, but then it might get to a point where it's like,
give me the cliff notes, give me the Cole's notes, please.
And it's just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
they're just, that West Edmonton Wall one. I did read it, and it's just like, I think where I read it, there was nothing about a Muslim man. It just
all the headlines that I saw was just like Muslim refugee assaults, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to cause outrage.
Well,
because as you guys know, with Trump's ban, our wonderful leaders said, "Hey, come on to our country,"
and they are. And
come on in, come on, doors are open. Well, we got federal funds, government funds.
I feel bad because they have to feel like these people are feeling like they have to flee the United States, and it's just like, we had a couple. We had one guy from Galley come up to Manitoba from the States. He trudged through the snow to get here, which is, a horrendous deal, especially when you come from Africa, trudging through snow.
Yeah.
And he wants to claim refugee status, and it's like, well, you didn't get it in the States. He had been on the move from his African homeland for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did he have some criminal history?
No criminal history, but if he can't get asylum in Europe, because apparently he went up to Europe.
Yeah. You have to ask the question, why? Why couldn't he
get it? If he couldn't get it in Europe, and if he couldn't get it in the U.S., again, why should we accept him?
Yeah.
I'm okay with immigration, but you know what? We're letting these people into our country. We should make sure that these people can survive in our country. We have plenty of no-skilled people here ourselves. We don't need to bring more no-skilled people in so they live off the government teat. We should be bringing in people, the doctors, the engineers, the scientists, people that have skills, because, I'm sorry, we have plenty of people that have no skills that can fill no-skilled jobs without bringing in any more.
Mm-hmm.
If they come here, they should be able to survive and not live off the government teat. We have our own people that live off the government teat. We have
enough of them. That's for sure.
We should be taking care of our own, not some other country's own.
Oh, but wait. You're racist.
Apparently so.
You are a racist, a misogynist. You are everything in the book because you said that comment.
Yeah, I know.
You said, well, that's it. You are a Nazi. You hate everybody. You hate homos. You are, what do they call those? Homophobic.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. But you don't, do you?
No.
Exactly. See, this is the interpretation. Like, Trump hasn't made a lot of news this week.
Surprisingly,
it's been a quiet news week.
Major, two world leaders of the G7s, and no major explosions on Twitter.
There's no World War III yet.
Yeah, and the big thing is like, I'll see you in court. That's perfectly within his legal rights to do everything that he's doing. He hasn't done anything illegal. And it's again, I said this last week, it's such a shock to see a politician go, I'm going to do this, and then when he starts doing it, you go,
wait a second.
He can't do that. It's like,
He said he was going to do it, so he's doing it.
He said he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, people.
It's weird. It's definitely weird. His America First mentality it's okay.
There's nothing wrong with trying to take care of your own.
No, he said the wall, he put out a tweet saying the wall is going to cost more than originally planned, but he said, hold on, I haven't been involved in the negotiations or the design of it yet, so when I get involved, the cost will come down.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think like when there's like a government contract, I think companies like just highball it. I honestly do, because they're like, it's the government. They have all this money. They can infinite money. They'll pay for it, so they go, well, way up here.
And then the government goes, okay, and then they go, oh, shit, I just made a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's a common thing about if you get a government contract, you're set for life.
Yeah.
You're set because it's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Now, the wall itself, who knows what it's going to do? Who knows if it'll actually get built? Whatever. You want to put a wall up, put a damn wall up.
Yeah, and I was told this. I never verified it, but Mexico talks or saying, "Oh, a wall is bad," but I don't know if people actually know this, but on Mexico's southern border
to South Africa, there's a wall. There's a South wall. America. There's South America. There is a wall there. So it's a much smaller border, but there's a wall there, guys. The Mexicans built a wall to keep out other,
if that's true,
South Americans.
That's funny.
And then they're complaining because somebody wants to build a wall to keep them out. Well, duh.
Wow.
I know. It's just, people don't think. It's become too much of a I feel. And because I feel, you have to change.
Yeah.
No,
unfortunately not. Unfortunately in this world, if you want to be free, I've said it before, it's not free of hate. It's not free of racism. These things exist.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they have to. They're going to exist. You're not going to get rid of them. People are going to hate gay people. People are going to hate people because of their skin. They're going to hate people because of their beliefs. Hate is part of free speech.
Yeah.
It's when you get violent that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I respect everybody's rights to hate Trump and to talk bad about him and to protest. But as soon as you start spray painting and blowing stuff up and breaking stuff, then that's when your argument and your protest becomes invalid.
Yeah, you've just crossed the line. And
you're a thug
you need
now.
To be,
you're nothing but a thug.
You need to be treated to the full extent of the law.
You're a thug. You're a thug. Nothing but a thug. Once you start pepper spraying people and stuff.
It was funny. It's like one of the YouTube commentators that I listened to, he was talking about how the far left has become so...
Sorry, remind me what the left again is? Liberal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the militant left have become so hated by people that one guy was they were guys, they're holding up traffic, and the riot police come in to take care of them. And when the riot police took these guys down, the people around them were cheering, going, "Get him, arrest him, get him the hell out of here."
Well, we've seen that a few times where, like, Black Lives Matter, they block freeways, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're just pissing people off.
That's not the way to get people on your side.
No.
Is to prevent people from getting to where they need to go. That's if you're along the side of the highway or something like that, fine. But when you impede people's progress, it's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
In a sense, okay, your point, okay, but now, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So
it's
I don't know. Like I said, Trump didn't make a lot of news.
I started this whole new Trump Tuesday, and
now he doesn't make news. What a way to go, Trump. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Well, hopefully he makes some news next week. More, because he's me. We'll have our Canadian Prime Minister will have met him, and Trump will have put him on over his knee and said,
it's going to be so much fun.
Great.
Trudeau dealing with him, because Trudeau has never had to deal with somebody that says no.
I don't know if anybody has ever had to deal with in politics. I think Trump he's a new breed.
No. Churchill, Reagan, Thatcher.
I'm talking about for nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Talking about today's political world.
Yeah.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss us.
Yep.
All right, guys, see you later.
See ya.